how should organizations tackle racism within the workplace? Because those people must, I assume, be in the workplace as well, that are doing things, in their sort of private lives as well. How would an organization tackle something like that?
You're probably going to need another hour and a half for me to answer that one.
Sorry,
but
it's another show.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question. Thank you for asking it. Racism has always existed. It's just that it's much more visible now. We live in a century where we're much better connected. We're constantly improving on what we can see, what we can track, what we can hear, what's made visible to us. So how can organizations tackle racism? Well, it's a great place to start would be to acknowledge that it exists, because this is one of the biggest issues we face and we know this from several reports, several bits of research that are done. We are not diverse in terms of our leadership at the top. We're even less diverse when it comes to Black leaders, Asian leaders. There's a tendency to hire for model minority, based myths, and on that basis. So there's a lot of bias in hiring. There's a lot of bias in, how our systems are designed, of who gets progressed, who gets looked at as talent, how is talent understood. And one of the best places to start is to start to look at who are you excluding, why are you excluding them, and do you accept that this exclusion is a result of your action, complicit, known, intentional, unintentional, or otherwise. Because if you can start to accept as leaders, whether you're HR, you're a CEO, you're a senior leader in an organization, if you can start to first accept that yes, racism exists, yes, we're institutionally racist, yes, we have systemic issues that prevent the progress of some people because of their skin color, and within that we have nuances of some which are more marginalized, and 99.9% always tends to be a Black community member, even with a class intersection. So yes, we have white working class issues as well, but let's find the most marginalized, the most excluded, and let's first accept we have an issue. Now we accept we have an issue. What are we going to do about it? Are we the most qualified to find solutions for this? Or should we actually pay and hire the right people, not out of being tokenistic, but get the right experts in, get a combination of skill sets in across a diverse group of people, understand where they're going to come and guide you with systemic changes, with analyzing your policies, analyzing your approach, analyzing your mindsets, helping you unravel how is my decision making happening? Because your decision making as a senior white leader is having an impact. If you are intentional and you're an accomplice and a co-conspirator of change, and you're not a performative white ally, you will know the difference. But most white leaders, are probably not prioritizing for ADI. And if they are, they need a lot of help doing it. So are you going to get somebody that comes from diverse backgrounds to help you solve the issue? And that includes white racial group individuals. Yes, it includes a diverse group of people. Find them, work hard, pay them fairly, give them time to help you solve a problem, because this is not a project-based issue. This is a 5 to 10 year long-term issue. So get together, understand progression, retention, success, and development. Where are my issues? Start with that. Start with your structure, systems, and policies. Analyze them for exclusion. Take the lens of exclusion to understand where you are including, where you're not, who you're excluding, what are the intersections with disability, with LGBT, with gender, and flip it on its head. Instead of going at it from a gender and from a different lens, you'll find that how we look and how we sound intersects with everything. I have 8 of 9 protected characteristics that are listed on the Equality Act. You can't tell that by looking at me. But if you listen to me, and if I was in spaces to influence, your strategic committees who develop strategies, or I was in a room where a CEO actually listened and wanted to learn, you would probably get very different solutions, because I'm coming as an external person, or I'm from within your company, and you're actually giving me space to voice what I see and experience every day doesn't work for me, which hinders my progress, hinders my ability to make more revenue for you. So listening, learning, inviting difference in, and with humility and with acceptance that something is not right. Let's not question that racism exists or not. Let's accept that it does. Let's start with that, with belief, and let's try and see what we're going to do about it. But we don't know everything, and we're going to get people of color in and help us figure that out. And we're going to pay them fairly for their time and long-term engagements.